In this video, I will go over how to create a PDF document for your quiz that you will then submit into Canvas. So I'm currently logged into Canvas, that's right here, and then over here is my desktop with a few documents on it. To access the quizzes, you can click on where it says Assignments, and these are the 4 quizzes that are due throughout the semester. Again, not submitted through my lab math, but through Canvas instead. So quiz 1 is due this Saturday, so I'll click here. At the top of this page are directions on how to submit the quiz itself. Here's a PDF document of the quiz. And then at the very bottom here is an optional practice quiz. Here's the practice quiz with a video and written solutions. If you open this quiz and you're not sure how to solve it, you can refer to the optional practice quiz for guidance. There are similar questions on this. But I'll open up quiz 1. So here it is, 2 pages. You can, if you'd like, print this document and write your work on the printout, or you could just simply put your work on a separate sheet of paper. That is completely fine too. But once you do that, the question is, how do you then create that into a PDF that you will drag and drop here and then submit when you've completed it? So I'd like to go over that next. So creating a single PDF document for your quiz. I think the easiest way to do this is by using a Google Doc. So what you can do is go into your HCC email account, which is a Gmail account, and then open up a Google document. So I have that opened here. I did that within my own account. So this is a blank Google document. Now over here on my desktop, I'm going to open up these 2 images. They're JPEGs. So I actually worked on the practice quiz, but you would do this for the actual quiz. I wrote out my work. I took a photo. I put my name at the top, and here's the first page. I'll close this. This second image, also a JPEG, which I'll bring into the screen, is the other page. So I put my work on 2 pages. So I needed 2 separate photos. How do I create a single PDF from these 2 different images? Well, for me, I can drag and drop these images into this Google document and then export it as a PDF. If you don't have a desktop, you could probably insert an image from a Google Drive or something like that. But for me, I'll go over here. I'll take the first image and drag it in. I will then go to a second page and drag and drop the second image. Here we go. The next step is to go File, Download, and then choose PDF Document. And when you do this, it's a 2-page document, but it's a single PDF. So I can now download this and bring it to my desktop. I'll close this, and I'll go back to Canvas. Okay, this is the document that you will place here and then click Submit Assignment. But first, I want to make sure the document's all set and ready to go. First, I want to make sure I use the appropriate naming convention. This is really important for me so I can identify your document. So MTH 104, that's our class. Then put your name. So for me, Eric Heinzman. And then the quiz, which is quiz 1. So this is the correct naming convention, which is listed here in the directions. And I'll just open it once just to make sure it looks okay. And here we go. It's 2 pages, but it is a single PDF. And it's in a way that it'll be very easy for me to grade by hand. So you would take this, drag and drop here. Once it uploads, you would submit your assignment, and that's all you have to do. I would like to take just another minute to go over ways that you should not submit your quiz, and that's what these other 3 documents are down here. The first thing is, if we look at this very first quiz, the naming convention. When I download all of the quizzes to grade, it is very helpful for me for them to all have the same naming convention because I can identify them very easily. So this is very close to the correct naming convention. It's just that there are no spaces in between the parts of the convention. There should be a MTH space, a space here after 104, and so on. And MTH should be capitalized. you should capitalize the first letter of your first and last name, and so on. So the naming convention is close, but it's not quite right. I'm going to open the document just to examine it further. So if you look at this document, it's a single page. It's also a single PDF. And here it's like you're trying to fit 2 pages into one. And if it's submitted like this to me, it just makes it difficult for me to grade. If you put your work onto 2 separate pages, go through the process of actually creating a 2-page document. So it's a very easy thing to do. So don't submit something like this to me where it's 2 pages taken on a single photo. So I'll close this. If we look at this document here, again, the naming convention has underscores in it. The order's not correct. Make sure it is exactly like this. Let's open up this document to examine it further. Okay, like I said, you can write your work on a separate sheet of paper. That is fine. But this makes it very difficult for me to grade. There's no name at the top. The work's all very closely written together, so I have to make comments. It's very difficult for me to actually write the comments in here. So just make sure to space out your work. If it goes onto 2 pages, that's okay. It's very easy to create a single PDF. So don't submit something like this where all the work is very closely written together. And this last document down here, again, this is an incorrect naming convention. It makes it difficult for me to identify the quiz. Let's open this one up and examine it further, see if there's any issues with it. All right, let me shrink this a little bit. So in this document, first of all, the pages are backwards. Here in the first page is actually the second page of the quiz, and then the first page of the quiz is the second page of the document, so that's a little bit confusing. This page is upside down. Just make sure that when you check your images that the pages are right side up. And then also, when you're taking a photo of your work, try to get it at a good angle. Like if it's at an angle like this, it makes it difficult for me to grade. So make sure you kind of hover above the page to get a good picture of all of your work. So I'll close this quiz. So don't create documents like these 3 here. Just to open up this one again, do something like this, where you have the correct naming convention. Again, I'll bring this into the screen. The pages are in order. The angle is good. They're the right way up, and your name is at the top. So I think that is everything that you'll need to know for submitting your quiz into Canvas.